Hi everyone, Neil Snape, and I want to introduce you to the all-new BenQ SW321C. It's a 32-inch monitor. It's a very large surface area. It's a 4K monitor, so you can do your native video editing on the screen, and you can do any other types of stills photography editing. It has Adobe RGB 99 or more % coverage. It also has 100% sRGB Rec 709, so all bases are covered as far as color goes. Very wide gamut monitor, very reliable. Being that it's a 10-bit display, it offers some other options. If you use the included Palette Master Element software, you do hardware calibration, and it includes 16-bit precision lookup tables, which is really incredible. So 3D lookup tables to give you just that much more precision than ever before. Well appreciated by color experts. What's great about this monitor for you? Well, first off, the new features that I like the best about it are the USB-C cable, which is power delivery at 60 watts. So with one cable, you have data transmission, and you also have power delivery. In other words, you don't need an external power brick or charger for your laptop. Say if you're working with a laptop and you don't have external ports, it has a USB 3 generation 1 2 ports on the side plus a SD card reader, so it's very practical for people using laptops in these days. You really love that. You only have one cable to do everything, basically. The second thing that I really love about this monitor, and that's new to just this monitor, is the surface technology that they used on this monitor. It keeps a higher contrast, you get richer blacks, and you also get, it just eliminates reflections everywhere. It's just amazing. You have to see it to believe it. It looks like a very fine matte print when you're looking at the monitor. So that works for video, photography, whatever it might be. It's just absolutely fantastic. You have to see it to believe it, how nice it is. You can just fall in love with the look of the surface of this. The third new feature that's really important is kind of is in combination with the screen technology is Uniformity Technology. So at the factory, they measure zones and subzones, and they record that information. They give it to that as well. It comes with the validation report from the factory, but it's also put into the monitor so that it controls very closely the different zones to try to bring all of the uniformity, not only in luminosity, but also in color, so that the differences in color are in density are very, very close. That's a great advantage. So this monitor is actually a real joy because there's very little difference of color and density across the screen. That's not only useful for each individual monitor, but it's also useful if you have multiple monitors. Let me tell you about the advantages of SW monitors. The hood. The hood is an industry standard. It's absolutely fantastic quality. It comes with a velvet coating on the inside, and it's a robust plastic on the outside with a metal one for the center. With this particular, the 321, it comes with the extension panels, so you can use it in portrait orientation, which is a nice thing to have. It comes with a hole, of course, in the top, so you can drop your monitor calibrator through the window, and that's very practical as well. It comes with a new remote control, which is called a hotkey puck, because there are different key numbers that you can put onto the register for using this. This is really nice because, especially with a bigger monitor, because you'll be sitting at a further distance away from it, and it's nice to have all the controls closer to you. With the controller, with the Generation 2 hotkey puck, you can set each key to whatever you want. So you can personalize it with whatever settings, if you want it in calibrations or different color spaces, and it's very practical. So in this case, I've set it to M-Book. So that's one of the new color spaces that comes with this monitor. M-Book matches a Retina display on the BenQ monitor. It's so close, it's absolutely incredible. You will get the same color, so whatever's on the screen you'll see on the BenQ monitor. It comes with the standard color spaces as well. So you have Adobe RGB, and the primaries in this monitor are set to Adobe RGB primary, so it mimics that very closely. The color spaces that are included are Adobe RGB, sRGB, Rec 709, DICOM, DCI P3, MBook, and some others. They come from the factory. So from the factory, it's actually adjusted to meet the Adobe RGB specs, and it comes with a validation report that guarantees that the quality is up to par, as well as uniformity with this particular monitor. And yet you can still do palette master element calibration into different slots. Why is that useful? Because you can do a calibration for editing on internet or web at a D65 120 candela per meter square setting. You can also do another one for print to screen matching. So you can do D55 at 80 candela per meter square. Since we're here, I will introduce another new feature. It's called Paper Color Sync, which is a paper to screen technology, which is going to try to match from the paper profile from your printer to your screen in a certain viewing condition. It's a nice way to try to put together all of the parameters that can be quite difficult and to make a print to screen match a lot easier. So it's a new feature. BenQ will continue working on that to develop new ways of applying. On the video front, they have another new profile that's included for HDR10, but it's actually called HLG. It's hybrid log gamma, which is a video profile that is actually used in certain cameras. And if you plug in an HDR output source into the monitor, you can actually choose to use this profile, and it will correctly display the colors as they're coming in on the monitor. That's a nice feature to have for videographers. As well as this monitor, it's not only for photography, it's also just as good for doing video. And of course, you can use it for graphic arts because it's Pantone certified, it's Kalman certified, it has Kalman calibration ready hooks in it, so you can actually do a calibration now for other standards. This is in portrait orientation. I haven't taken off the panels and added the extensions to use the hood in portrait orientation. The 321 will take you into the future because it's a 4K monitor and it's got everything it needs in color gamut. And with the feature set that it has, whatever domain you're working in, it will take you there and stay with you throughout the steps of your editing or professional workflow that you have. The screen itself can be rotated to portrait orientation. One of the suggestions that I always make is that you pull the screen forward and put it up to its highest so that when you rotate it, the corners don't hit on the base itself. One of the other tips that I have for you, if you have this monitor, is to set the USB level to USB 3 and take it off of USB 2. In summary, this monitor is great for any photographers concerned about color and getting the maximum out of their photography. It's also great for anybody needing a large surface area where you can have palettes open and off to the sides. For video, of course, because it's 4K, so you can do your native 4K video editing on the monitor, still with your panels beside. It's also great for anybody in graphic arts that needs very accurate colors and proofing of colors in their work. BenQ has made a huge effort to make it the highest standard possible, meanwhile keeping the prices very accessible for everyone. So that's why I think it's a great monitor. So if you're thinking about a 32-inch monitor, this is an excellent choice for professional work. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you liked the video. Subscribe, hit the bell. Leave questions below in the comments. I will try to answer them to the best of my ability, and I'll see you in the next video.